Hello everyone! Welcome to Advanced Monday Afternoon Live Stream. We are here with you today. I'm your host Peter and I'm joined this week by Christine. Hello Christine.
Hi everybody. Hi Peter.
Good to have you with us, Christine. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all have had a good week. Our topic today is movies. We are going to give you some vocabulary about movies. We're going to give you a chance to talk to us here live in the live stream. That's why it's live. To talk about movies. We'll start you off, in fact, with our poll. We always start off with a poll, and the poll question is, you can chime in on this, what is your favorite movie genre? Now, there are lots of movie genres, and we try to limit the poll question each week to just 4 categories so we don't get too carried away with things. So these are, you'll see general categories of movie genre. Action adventure, comedy drama, horror suspense, or musical animated. So we are, action adventure, that covers westerns, that covers science fiction, that covers war movies, that covers cop movies and
superhero
exactly,
movies.
Yeah. Comedy drama, that's, for today, that's basically movies which is mainly about people talking, you might say. Either funny story or a serious story, a human drama, but no aliens,
That's right.
No spaceships, no earthquakes.
Based in reality.
Based in reality.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, exactly. Human drama, which can be both comedic or dramatic. Horror suspense, that's pretty self-explanatory. The monster movie or the killer in the house, or Alfred Hitchcock movies where kind of, the suspense is more important than the plot.
Psychological thriller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then finally, musical or animated, again, pretty self-explanatory there. Musicals or animated films, whether animated, by hand or by computer. Documentary, not on the list today. We're just focusing on fiction movies today, although it is obviously a popular genre. So already the early results back of the poll. Christine, what do we see here?
We have 50% for action and adventure, comedy and drama 25%, I'm in that camp. Horror and suspense, nobody. Okay. And musical animated at 25%. So it looks like comedy drama and musical animated are kind of in between.
Right,
Action adventure sounds like the winner.
And musical animated kind of covers a lot of ground.
Yes,
That's because that covers action adventure animated films. That covers comedy animated films.
True.
So we're kind of squeezing a little more in there. Yeah, for me, you say comedy drama would be for you?
Drama. Comedy, but drama 100%.
Also
musicals, but if I had to choose, drama.
Like drama like
Yes.
Ingmar Bergman and...
Yeah, well, I want lots of crying. I want somebody to die. I want real life pain. That's what I'm looking for. And you can sprinkle in some funny, but I don't like full on comedies either.
Right, sure. No, they used to say the great English playwright William Shakespeare wrote basically comedies or dramas, and maybe you've heard this, Christine, we both have a theater background. In a Shakespeare play, you always know whether it's a comedy or a drama by the last scene of the play. The last scene of a play, of a drama, everyone's dead. At the last scene of a comedy, everyone gets married.
Yes, true.
That's
so true.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, how you tell a Shakespearean comedy from a Shakespearean drama. Also in movies, lots of Shakespeare plays have been filmed too, so you can check them out. Steve, hello Steve,
Hi,
good
Steve.
afternoon. Always good to have you with us. Your favorite movie was Steve McQueen's Bullitt. Yes, 1968. First car chase in history, and considered by many, this movie Bullitt that Steve mentions, considered to have arguably the greatest car chase in all of movies.
Wow.
Sometimes it's even considered to be better than The French Connection, that great Gene Hackman movie from a couple years after Bullitt, which also has a great car chase in it. 2 really good action adventure movies. They're cop movies, kind of crime movies, and made before the era of CGI, computer, what does that stand for? Computer graphic effects or something, but something beginning with I, which we can't think of right now. Bullitt and The French Connection. You want a good kind of old school action movie.
Now, did you answer the question? I don't remember what your response was.
I have not answered the question. I've been sort of delaying because it's such a hard question.
It is.
For me to answer. If I had to pick from this bunch, I think I would say action adventure, because that does cover, again, a lot of ground. The best adventure movies, and arguably the best action movies, also have good drama.
Yes. Yes.
They will have. They won't just be bang bang car chase, things blow up. But I think, yeah, action adventure, because that's what movies can do better than any other genre.
That's true.
You can
That's
write
true.
a book about some cops trying to get the criminal, and with great writing, make it real and wonderful. But when you go to see it in a movie, that's what movies can just do so well. They can make you feel like you're actually in the car, seeing what the hero sees, seeing what the villain sees. And so, yeah, I mean, I like all of these genres. But if I had to choose one, action adventure. So we'll get back to you with some later poll results at the end of the live stream. But in the meantime, hello, Joshing. I like horror movies.
Ooh.
Oh, Joshing, good for you. It's so spooky. And
Yes.
it's not that I don't like horror movies. I just need to be in the mood.
Yes, that's true. And I
for it.
found, I don't know if this is the same for you, I really enjoyed psychological thrillers especially, and some horror more when I was a teenager. I was looking for that like excitement and scare factor. And then as I got older, like if my sister and I get together and we have like a girls' night, we still might choose a psychological thriller where like the kids are away, we can watch this. But for the most part, it's not what we choose anymore.
Yeah, that's my theory about horror and suspense movies. Again, there are some great ones, and if you're in the mood for it, nothing can scare you like a good scary movie. But as you grow older, you learn more about the world itself, and you start to realize that the world itself can be a scary enough place
scary.
sometimes without needing to go and watch a movie about it. That's just my personal theory. Thanks, Joshing, and anyone else out there who likes horror and suspense movies, good on you too. A good movie is a good movie, period. Sensei Tsai, I love Marvel and X-Men series, which are very amazing. Absolutely, yes. The Avengers movies in particular, I think, are some of the best action-adventure movies really that you'll find out there. A lot of good Marvel movies, DC movies, The Dark Knight, the great Batman movie, The Dark Knight. They've made so many now. But anyway, we are here mainly for, we could just talk about movies for another 10 minutes, but let's give you some vocab. That is why we're here. So some vocab for talking about movies. Let's start with one, maybe you've heard of it. It's montage. M-O-N-T-A-G-E, montage. Like a lot of film terms, it has a French origin. Maybe you can hear it, montage, or you wouldn't say montage or montage. It's montage. And Christine, what is a montage?
Yeah, a montage is when you have a series of scenes, but they're usually based with music. And like the first thing that I think of when I think of a montage is like Rocky, where he's like exercising and he's trying to get to that point where he can compete. Right. Or a lot of chick flicks, as they call them, so girly movies where you go and you're trying to buy that special dress for the party or for your date, and you try on all the different dresses, and there's music and a little bit of comedy, but there's no talking.
Right, there's no dialogue, it's just a series of like moments in the character's life. If you're Rocky, moments of training in the gym, lifting weights, and cut that quickly, 2 seconds of just 2 seconds of that, or like Christine was saying, 2 seconds of looking at this dress, 2 seconds of looking at this dress. And that is it. When that happens in a movie, it's called a montage. So if you've seen a movie where that happens, you can say, oh, there was this great montage right in the middle of the movie where we saw them training or shopping or doing whatever it was that they were doing. Montage. Here's another one, a nice movie term to know, cameo. C-A-M-E-O, cameo. And I was saying that a lot of these terms have a French origin. This might be Italian, actually. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, Christine, what does cameo mean?
So a cameo is when a celebrity or a famous actor shows up in a movie, but just for one scene. So it's like their special, like, surprise. It's kind of an Easter egg kind of a thing.
Yeah, what we now call Easter egg. The sort of older term for it is cameo. You'll still hear that. And sometimes you'll hear it outside of movies as well, like the president made a cameo appearance at this ceremony of some sort in which he didn't deliver a speech. He wasn't the main focus. He just showed up
and then disappeared,
waved and said, "Congratulations to everyone. Gotta go." That's a cameo appearance. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what's another good... Anyone out there seen the Austin Powers movies, the spoof of the spy movie, Austin Powers with Mike Myers? At the end of there's 3 of them, at the end of the first one, there is a cameo by Tom Cruise in the movie who plays... they're making a movie in the movie of Austin Powers, and Austin Powers in the movie is played by Tom Cruise.
Oh, I see.
Just for a moment, because it's just a joke they do.
Right.
But he's just there for that. He's not a main character, even a supporting character. That's a cameo. David Lynn, hello David, good to have you with us. In my childhood, horror movies would normally give me nightmares.
Yep.
That's what they're supposed to do. Absolutely. No, David, I saw The Exorcist. About this little girl who's possessed by a demon. Very frightening.
Very frightening.
I saw it younger than I should have seen it. That gave me nightmares for a year afterwards. Amazing movie. I've actually seen it twice. But yeah, you got to be in the mood for that, because that is scary stuff. And who else do we have there?
Steve. He says, I also like to see movies based on inspiration such as The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, played by Ben Stiller, and so many imaginations and great quotes in this movie. I haven't seen it.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Heard
I
of
have
it.
not seen it either.
But I've not
Although,
seen it.
Steve, as I bet you know, that's based on a book, on a short story by an American author named James Thurber.
Ooh.
And it has actually, this is the second time it's been filmed. There's an earlier version of the story, a film version made in the 1950s, I want to say, starring a famous actor of that time named Danny Kaye. So if you want to see an alternate, older version of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, look for Danny Kaye in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. You might be able to find it somewhere.
Or see the older movie and then also get the book and challenge yourself.
Yes, yes. Because I have read the book, so I know the basic story and how it goes and what the character's like. And the book is charming as well. It's inspirational as well. Ben Stiller kind of expanded on it, did some things that you won't find in the book, but it's the same character, the same basic theme. So either way, book or movie, I think The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I recommend that to anyone really who's just looking for a good movie.
But in my opinion, the book is always better than the movie.
The book is always better than the movie.
That's what I think.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. In fact, here's my great piece of advice about seeing a movie that's based on a book. Read the book first.
Yes. 100%.
Read. Oh no! What am I saying? I think it's just the opposite.
You say no. I disagree.
Yeah, no. Because what it is when you read the book, you make the movie.
Yeah.
And then I got it just backwards just now. Scratch that. See the movie first. If there's both a book and a movie, see the movie first. You like the movie, the book will give you more of what you like.
I disagree.
But if you read the book first, you will be disappointed by the movie.
It's true.
Because when we read a book, we make the movie in our minds. That's what reading a book is like. We are seeing it happen in our minds as we read it off the page. So when you go to see a movie based on a book you've already read, it will disappoint you because you didn't make it. Some other person made it, a very talented person
but
with
they don't
great
make
actors,
it like you.
but they didn't make it like you did in your head. Just my personal advice.
See, and that's the reason why I read the book first, because then it doesn't interfere with my imagination of the book. So I like to really enjoy the book. And then I can be disappointed with the movie, but I already know it won't be as good, so I usually just let it go.
Okay, well, yeah, if you go in then with that lowered expectation for the movie, then I guess you spare yourself the disappointment. Joy, hello, Joy. Trump in Home Alone. Yes, in the Home Alone movies, I think there's 3 of them, the little kid, and in the second one, not the first, but the second one, it's set in New York this time, and Donald Trump does make a cameo. That's like in 1990,
I did
1991.
not. I don't think I knew who
the
he
kid
was
meets
at the
him,
time.
Macaulay Culkin meets him in like the Plaza Hotel, and they just pass, and he asks directions from him or something.
Interesting.
That also is a cameo. Trump makes a cameo in Home Alone 2. Good. We're getting all this overlap here.
Yeah, nicely done.
Steve, yes, there's Tom Cruise. That's right. Austin Powers, first movie, cameo by Tom Cruise. Joshing, I like a meet and greet after a premiere. Nice vocab, Joshing. Meet and greet, what does that mean?
Meet and greet is when you have the opportunity to meet celebrities or actors. So at a premiere, then it would be your chance to meet some of the people who are involved in the film.
Right. And greet them, of
Yes.
course. Meet and greet, it is what it describes. You can have it after a movie, you can have it after, if someone gives a speech somewhere, there might be a meet and greet afterwards, a famous author, you can
Get
talk
your
to them.
autograph.
Get your autograph, a meet and greet. And premiere, also another word from Joshing there, premiere, meaning another French term, the first time something has been shown to the public. The premiere of the new movie, the premiere of the new symphony orchestra, or symphony, I should say. The orchestra plays the symphony. But yeah, the premiere, the first time something is revealed to the public. And Steve, yes, I agree with you. Teachers, maybe I should check it out. You bet, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, time is running past here. We could easily talk about movies for half an hour, but we've only got a few more minutes. So let's throw you guys another discussion question, or a discussion question, I should say. And just, if you were to make a movie, what would it be about? Don't worry about the budget. You can get any of the talent that you want, any of the actors that you want. You're going to make the movie. What would it be about? Christine, you're going to make a movie. What would it be about?
Obviously a drama.
A drama.
And it would be about adoption.
Adoption.
It's a topic that I've always been very interested in, and it would be a drama that shows the impact of adoption on the birth family, the adopted child, and the adoptive family, so all the people involved in that.
Nice. So a human drama or a comedy?
Definitely human drama.
Drama, okay, good. Yeah, no, for me, if I were to make a movie, hard to pick just one. If I were to make a movie, it would probably be a comic book character who hasn't been done yet. And I don't know which one that would be.
Interesting.
Off the top of my head. But yeah, just really the Marvel comics, I mean, the Batman movies are great, don't get me wrong. And there's so many good comic book movies out there, but the Marvel Comics movies in particular, because I grew up reading comic books, they were the ones that really captured, I thought, the sense of both fun and adventure and excitement and thrills, but not too serious, not too dark. That I think comic books do so well, and so I would make some kind of comic book movie. I don't know the character off the top of my head because so many have been made, but I would make a comic book movie. Let us know what kind of movie you would make if you could make a movie. Meantime, while you're thinking about that, here's a couple more vocab. In fact, before we run out of time here, let's throw you an idiom. Let's give you an idiom related to the movies. I love this one. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. And Christine, what do we mean when we hear that?
Well, when you say cut to the chase, it means get to the point. So it means to hurry up and talk about the topic that you're supposed to talk about. You don't need to have all the niceties or you're just getting straight to the topic.
Right.
But I looked it up. I was like, where did this come from? And it does come from film.
It comes from the movies. It means stop all with the talking and the jibber jabber and get to the chase scene. Get to the car chase, basically, or get to some kind of action. And it's kind of a cynical term because it implies that it's boring to watch people talk. But that tells you something about movies. It tells you that movies generally are better at action. Than talk. Theater plays are great for talk. Books are good for talk. Movies, you can talk. No law against talking in movies. Some greatest movies have wonderful dialogue, but they do action so well. And so sometimes, like Christine said, it's just a basic term. It doesn't mean that all movies should be chase movies or have chases in them. It just means, it's a film term meaning get to the point. We've established it enough, let's just get to the action. Let's get to the essence here.
And I see here, Joy's asking if the movie would be based on my book. Maybe, you've done your research. I'm not sure. I don't think it would be based specifically on my life, but it would definitely be examining just general things that people experience within adoption. So thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, no, good topic for a movie. I can't think of any, popular or great adoption movies.
Well, that's the thing.
Just off the top of my head.
There isn't much out there, and there's so much information that I feel like everyone would benefit from knowing, and so this would be my way of emotionally helping people connect to what really happens in adoption. And I think that's an important topic.
Yeah, we need to get her an agent or a producer or something. Get this movie greenlit, as they say. Get it the green light so it can go ahead with production. Okay, we've just got time to read some more of your comments here. Steve, if I want to make a movie, it will be action car chase film, and the name is Pizza Delivery.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Get a copyright lawyer there, Steve. Pizza Delivery, it's all about rush hour and car chases, and you were thinking about this before 2020. Okay, good. But yeah, Pizza Delivery. I can't wait to see it, Steve. Chase movie. This is Violet. Hello, Violet. Nice to have you with us. I agree with you. Everyone makes movies in the mind. Yeah, that's the pleasure of reading a book, and that's why movies were like the next step from that, because it gives us this sense of the fantasy that we create in our minds when we're reading a book. And Steve again, true events movies such as this year's Brad Pitt movie in June called Formula One. About the Ferrari cars, is it? Or no, just Formula One racing. I'm thinking of that Christian Bale and Matt Damon movie, which was about Ferrari cars from maybe a year or two ago. But this one has Brad Pitt this June, this month, about Formula One racing to race car driver's story. Yeah, boy, I wonder if they have pizza too. Then you could maybe get a writer's credit on it, Steve. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today talking about movies, but as you can see, we've barely scratched the surface. So I think we're going to schedule another movie discussion time for the live stream at some point in the future. So keep watching for that. Anyway, Christine, good to have you with us today.
Thanks.
Glad you could
nice
make
to
it.
Be here.
Glad you guys could make it too. Join us next week. Next Monday, we'll be back right here at this same time, 1 o'clock, with another topic, with more vocab for you to chew on and more questions to think about, and you can interact with us and practice your English. For today, though, I'm Peter.
And I'm Christine.
Saying bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, see, I think he needs sunglasses because he's a monster.